Hello guys and welcome back to All for United WFC. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 2. I don't quite know how to feel about that one. Weirdly content, although never happy after a loss. It's a strange one, isn't it? I think if we'd have looked at the start of the game, Arsenal are a better side than us. However, as the game progressed, I said on the show on Friday that get to half time, 50 minutes, let's see where we are. And we were in the game, and then one stupid mistake after half time. I can't remember who it was that gave the ball away on the halfway line. Zalem didn't get tight enough to Miedemar, and you can't give Miedemar that space. And that's what happens. Mary Earps was on the wrong side of a goal. I don't quite know what happened there, whether she thought the shot was coming at the far post, but completely the wrong side of the goal, and it just caught her out. And one down, and it's an uphill struggle from there. And I just feel like we played a good game in the first half. We played a counter-attacking style. We came out of the traps actually flying. First 5-10 minutes, I'm saying to the people around me, we're actually playing really well here. We're pressing as a team. People misinterpret pressing. You don't have to press all of the time. You don't have to press every single minute of the game. You press when there is opportunities to press. And we did that in the first 10 minutes. We were almost sitting off, letting them come on to us, and then bang, the long ball was there. And it was the first time I've really seen us do that this year. And it was good to see because that's what I wanted us to do. Sit off, let Arsenal come onto us and hit them on the break. And the first 10, 15 minutes, so it worked. We could stay compact in that first half, which I was happy with. There was a few chances. I think they had a shot off the bar, a free kick in a dangerous area. But other than that, I don't really remember too many chances in the first half. It was a game of possession for Arsenal, but not really doing too much with it. My main worry was the two wingers. I don't think they were helping Russo out moving forward, and I don't think they were helping defensively either. And this is a tactical thing because this is something that we've seen time and again that Skinner likes to do. He likes his midfielders, his wingers to drop into a midfield four in defence and not really help the fullbacks out. And I feel sorry for Honor and Hannah because they're getting doubled up on. It happened in City on Wednesday and it happened again today. Now, we're going to have to fix that because we can't have 2-on-1 constantly. And that's why you saw so many corners and so many crosses come into the box because we are letting our fullbacks be overloaded because the wingers are not allowed to track back and help. Now, there's a few issues in this side. One, I don't think we're fully fit. I think there's a couple of players out there that don't seem to have the fitness or the legs to run that extra yard. And that's where Mark needs to use his squad. He was very not critical as such, but his message after the game was very clear about recruitment. And I think that is what is needed if we're going to bridge this gap to a team like Arsenal, where we want to be at the top of the league. Now, you're looking ahead to the second half, and it's mistakes again. Zalem gives the ball away, and it is a penalty. I watched it once, the replay afterwards, and in real time, I thought it was a penalty as well. And it's a tough game from there. We huffed and puffed in the last kind of 15, 20 minutes. Carrie Jones came on. I thought she did quite well, actually, when she came on, pressed quite well. But we need to, as fans, be careful when we talk about pressing. I know we want the team to press all the time. But there was a couple of occasions Russo would press on her own. Tooney would then follow somebody and then press on her own, maybe one of the fullbacks. And it would be one ball over the top, and they've bypassed Galton, Hansen, Tooney, Russo, and one of the midfielders. That's 5 players you're taking out of the game because we're single player pressing. I don't know why we're doing that. If we're going to press, we're at our best when we're pressing as a team. When Carrie Jones came on, we did that. Carrie would go, Tooney would go, Russo would go. They'd press as a 3, and that's how you're supposed to do it. I don't know why we're single player pressing because all that's doing is taking energy out of the players, and it doesn't work. There's no point pressing the keeper down because all they've got to do is chip it over to one of the centre backs or the full backs, and that's a player out of position then. So yeah, it's frustrating at times, but at the end of the day, I've been saying this all along. This result will not define our season. Brighton and Villa after the international break will be crucial. We, rack up 6 points there. We could go into Christmas in the top 3. So it's getting really tight around this top 3. Like I said, this result won't define the season. It would have been nice to see us pick up a point. And I think this result in isolation is not a bad result. I think we played all right. If you're looking at this result on its own, then it's not an awful result. And I think we take it. I think the frustration lies because of the City game, how that ended. 10-player City side, we didn't put them to the sword. Tottenham didn't kill that game off. Everton as well, and it's another game in the league where we've not won. So I think that's where the frustration is, not so much just on today, but there's things to be positive about. I think if we play like that against other teams, I think if we play like that against Leicester in the Conti, and when we play Brighton and Villa, I think we're going to rack up some wins, and we need to do that. We need to go on a winning run now, because we need to get that winning mentality back into this side and start putting a bit of a run together. If we are serious about getting into this top 3, and hopefully January, like I said earlier, Mark was very clear in his message. Hopefully January he gets the players he needs, because clearly he doesn't trust the players on the bench, because we saw again today that subs came very late. And his message after the game was very clear to the board. He needs investment, and that to me just shows he doesn't trust the players on the bench. Now, I thought the Bo Risa change was far too late. Zelen was having a poor game by her standards, and you're looking at the bench thinking Bo Risa, I know he said Ladd wasn't going to come on, she wasn't quite ready yet, but Bo Risa, that sub was far too late. You can't impact a game with 5-10 minutes to go. And you're looking at Hansen and Golson as well. And, if your wingers aren't performing, I say this about any player, however good you are, nobody is void of criticism. If you're having a poor game, you've got to sub them out. Give somebody else a chance, So that was a bit disappointing. But overall, I think there are some things to be positive about. I thought defensively, for most of the game, we looked quite compact, which is good. We didn't capitulate. We've seen improvements since Chelsea. Now, this is our biggest test since Chelsea, by the way. We seem to keep it compact. The fullbacks look quite good again. Hannah Blundell was brilliant going forward, by the way. There's a few things to be positive about. One player I do want to mention, actually, Alessia Russo, is unbelievable. Now, she won't get the credit she deserves, really, because she didn't score. But her hold-up play today and her speed on the turn, being able to hold the ball up and turn just on a pedestal, really, straight away, and the strength to hold the ball and the pace she's got on her as well. She was by far my player of the match today. Thought she was excellent. And without her, having her as an out ball, I don't think we'd have even got in there, even got some shots on goal today. So, yeah, she's one. If we can, wrap her up in cotton wool and keep her fit, she's going to be an absolute, as we've already said this season, absolute wonder player for us this year. She just needs a bit of help from the wingers, because I don't think she's getting that at the moment. She was very isolated today, but definitely my player of the match. So disappointing, but the old saying, we move on. We do. We've got bigger games coming up. Like I said, this won't define our season, so there's lots to be positive about. Albeit we did lose today, we need to look ahead to the more important games. Obviously, we've got the Conti games to wrap up, try and top the group, and then we've got Brighton and Villa. We need to make sure we win those, and let's try and finish in this top 3 before Christmas. So